Hey guys, what's up? Finally, the Lust video is getting released. This has been teased for quite a while, but we're here, we're ready, let's do it. So stay tuned, you'll figure out the best combos for Lust, you'll figure out how good she is, if you should use her, if you shouldn't, when to use her, and things like that. All right, so stay tuned. Okay, so let's talk about Lust. The first things first is I go over the hero abilities because sometimes it can be confusing for people. So let's just jump right into the abilities. So Lust is a range archer, meaning she goes in the back row. Generally speaking, she's going to deal damage. That's what ranged indicates, is that they're basically a damage dealer. And archer just means she uses shooter units. I don't know why they don't just call it shooter, but hey, whatever, it's called archer. So her second ability is Poison Extraction Blade, an effective range of 5, meaning you can put her in the back row and she'll hit everybody. She targets 2 random enemy squads, so 35% chance to deal 300% damage onto 2 random enemy squads, so overall 300 times 2, 600 damage, and she causes them to enter a poisonous state. Now, poisonous is just a damage over time. There's no synergy yet in the game for poison, so it's not like burning, where there's some heroes who will stun or suppress actually on a burn. It's just damage. Now, the Hopeness Lab does have an advanced ability that you can unlock on heroes that'll increase the poison damage, but it's basically like 30% extra damage on for poison, but it's not that good because poison usually is pretty low damage. So in this case, it'll deal 150% damage for 1 round onto 2 random enemies. So overall, it's about 900 damage every time she uses her second ability, and again, it has a 35% chance, so you'll likely see her cast it twice or 3 times per battle. Decent ability, decent damage, 900 damage is not bad. The casting chance is pretty low though, so overall it's not going to be like an amazing OP skill, it's just some decent damage, and that's basically it. Her fifth ability is Feathers of Seduction, so 1 turn prep, 50% chance to deal 450% damage to 2 random enemy squads. Again, 900 damage, basically at a 50% chance with 1 round prep, so that's kind of important. 900 damage, but also she makes them enter confusion status for 1 round. So again, this is 2 enemy squads, so 2 enemy squads will be confused. Confusion is a CC in the game. It's incredibly strong. It's likely the strongest form of CC in the game because it can completely turn around a battle. If you confuse an enemy and they use a really, really good skill onto your team, it really just changes everything. So her fifth ability is basically her bread and butter. The 1 round prep does hurt it, but there are some ways to get around that prep. 50% chance is very, very high, so you'll likely see this be casted 3 to 4 times per game. Her sixth ability, she gets damage plus 15. Again, she's a ranged hero, so you'd expect to see damage, and she gives plus 40% might to all shooters in the APC. Again, ranged basically indicates that her 7th ability will give might. Now her 8th ability is Feather Storm. All squads are immune to 2 confuse effects. When it's her turn to act, deals 250% damage to enemy teams that are silenced, disarmed, suppressed, or confused every single round. So basically what this does is it puts on 2 immunities to confusion on each APC. So if your front APC gets confused or would have been confused, this will block it, and then they have 1 more immunity. So if the next round your front row hero gets confused, blocked, but then the 3rd time they'll actually get confused, and that works for all 3. So it's kind of like a total of 6 immunities because it's 2 on 3 heroes. Additionally, she deals 250% damage to every enemy squad that is CC'd. Now, this can be big if the whole enemy squad is CC'd. Let's say it'll be 750% damage, but generally speaking, they're not always going to be CC'd. What you do want to do with Lust, though, is pair her with CC heroes. You basically have to, otherwise she just really doesn't do enough damage. Generally, you can consider one hero is pretty much always going to be CC'd, and oftentimes there will be 2 heroes that will be. So she'll be doing 250 or 500 damage basically every single round. Now, it synergizes well with her 5th ability because she confuses 2 random enemies every time she uses her 5th ability. So as you can see, you kind of just want to pair her up with CC heroes. Now, it doesn't stack, so you can't like confuse somebody. You can't confuse the enemy and suppress them and silence them and disarm them, it's not going to do 1,000 damage. It's just if they are one or the other. If they're any form of CC, it'll be 250% damage on Lust's turn. So that's about it on her abilities. They're pretty basic. She basically just does a lot of damage. If she's paired with CC heroes, she does more, so you kind of have to pair her with CC heroes. And then her fifth ability confuses, so she has some CC. So that leads me into her chart, which is right up here. As you can see, she's basically just damage and CC. She's fairly adaptable, but not amazing because she kind of has to be paired with CC heroes, like I keep reiterating, but it's not always the case. So now let's get into some APCs with Lust. Now, like I had said, she's generally going to be paired with CC heroes, CC being crowd control heroes. So organic, Canoness, this combo is very good. Generally, we'll see Lust placed in the middle row, and you can pair her with somebody like Organic, who does CC, and he also extends the CC, so it works really well with Lust's fifth ability, and he also has a confusion. You'll pair her well with Canoness in the back row. Canoness in the back row is really, really, really good. It basically shuts down Huntress, and she's going to be able to suppress the front row hero every single round. Oftentimes the front row hero is going to be like a Tech Priestess, so if you suppress Tech Priestess, you're going to have huge benefits from that. Or we can do something like a Heaven's Redemption. This APC is very, very good. You can do Heaven's Redemption and Canoness. You're basically able to mix and match these heroes, these CC heroes, with Lust, and you'll do fairly well. So Scarlet Siren has CC as well. You can pair her up with Lust, no problem. You can even put her, in the front row if you really wanted to. It'd be kind of weird. You can use Prophet. Again, you can max it up with Canon. You can do a lot of different things with Lust. But you don't just need these CC heroes. So another really popular combo at the moment, which should come as no surprise to anybody, is Tech Priestess, Lust, Wrath. I say it a billion times, but Tech Priestess plus Wrath plus literally any hero is a good combo. So Lust obviously fits in there. If it's a good hero and you put it in this combo, it's going to be a good APC. Now, this APC is a little bit special because Lust is essentially a Tech Priestess counter. So her immunity to confusion that she puts on her own squads basically just counters Tech Priestess entirely. So that's kind of Lust's main role, is basically to just shut down Tech Priestess Wrath combinations, and she does it very, very well. Now, this combination right here, Tech Priestess Lust Wrath, not only does it have the Tech Priestess plus Wrath benefit, which is basically means it's already going to be a very, very top APC, but it beats all other Tech Priestess Wrath combinations. So it beats Tech Priestess Kamikaze Wrath. It beats Tech Priestess Wrath Canoness. It beats Tech Priestess, Wrath Death Rider, right? Because of this, you actually can place Lust in this combination, and you're basically just going to counter it fairly easily. Otherwise, and then not only counter the combination, but it's also a really good combo because, like I said, Tech Priestess Wrath is just very, very, very good. Otherwise, basically the point of Lust is just to counter Tech Priestess Wrath. But if you're a max player, if you want to do kill events like crazy launch center battles, you want to be your Eden blocker, you need to block a bridge or something like that, you have an important role to play, all you really need to do in the current meta is have APCs that perform one very specific function and make sure that they do it well. So in the case of Lust, her very specific function is to basically block Tech Priestess Wrath combos. Now, she's not going to do it perfectly because those combos just have a huge, huge, huge element of luck. Basically, in this game, there's a huge element of luck because skills are always percentage based. It's not like every single turn you all do these skills, right? It's a percentage chance that you do certain abilities. So it's not always going to block it, but it does block it a majority of the time. All the Tech Priestess Wrath combinations, or just Tech Priestess plus like whoever else, but generally we don't see that. So in any case, you're basically using this APC just as like a defensive blocker or to get through a garrison of Tech Priestess and Wrath. So that's kind of the APCs for Wrath. They're pretty simple. It's pretty much just pair her up with CC heroes. You can even do something like Caesar, Lust. This is going to work well, plus any other CC hero. You can put Lust in the back row, however, she's going to get annihilated by Huntress. So generally we don't do that. Generally we'll put her in the middle because the Huntress combinations in the middle are not that popular and they're actually not that good. They're not as good, I should say, since you can't use Huntress in the middle with Predator. So you can even do Anastasia. You can do something like, because Anastasia actually will suppress. You can do Anna, Lust, Ivanov, because the combination of Anna and Ivan are going to make you silence a lot more, because Ivan has an ability to silence on normal attacks. So this combo is also very good if you don't have that many Season X heroes. There are more like Executioner, Inquisitor. This combination will work well with Lust. It's full shooters as well, so you'll be doing some solid damage, but also you'll be doing a lot of CC. So these are just some combos if you don't have all the Season X heroes. I mean, I'm not going to say this is like the top rated combo in the game by any means, but not everybody has every Season X hero. So this is something you can play around with. And like I said before, Ivan and Anna as well. So another interesting combination for her is actually Vanguard. Now Vanguard synergizes pretty well with Lust, basically because Lust's bread and butter is her 5th ability, and there's a 50% chance with a 1-turn prep. And as most of you probably know from Vanguard, her quick reload basically means she'll cast that ability 100% on turns 1, 3, 5, and 7, or the other teammate in her squad. So what you can do in a squad like this, or in an APC like this, is you can actually place her with somebody like Scarlet Siren, because Scarlet Siren's last combat ability is her 5th as well. 1-turn prep, so again, this Vanguard quick reload is even better. You get double the bonuses, 40% chance, so it could make it a 100% chance and skip the prep, and then you're going to be dealing a lot of CC. So you could actually CC all 3 enemies on a quick reload. Normally you wouldn't have actually activated it on Scarlet Siren. So this combo is interesting. Again, it kind of mix and matches some heroes that normally you don't really use, so it's pretty good if you don't have all of the heroes in the game. Now, what do I personally run on Lust? Oftentimes I run Organic, Canon S. So Organic, Lust, and Canon S. This combo works really well. Like I said, it's a Tech Priestess killer, and it does its job. However, it's going to lose to most other APCs, and people take that as like, oh, this APC is crap. It's not really crap because it does what it's supposed to do, and you have other APCs that are going to take care of those other APCs, right? So I like to run this fairly regularly. I also run Tech Priestess, Lust, Wrath. If I am getting destroyed by Tech Priestess, Wrath combos, I'll do something like this, and I can basically get around that. However, like I said, this is going to be a little bit weaker against more APCs than something like Tech Priestess, Wrath, and Canon S. So those are my 2 that I generally use with Wrath, and I do use Wrath pretty much all the time. I've been experimenting again with Vanguard, Lust, and Siren, and it works fairly well for some kind of off-meta hero picks. So that's about it for Lust, guys. Her APCs. Now let's talk about her overall rating. So Lust is she's in a little bit of an interesting place. Her APCs are not like game-changing by any means. You're not going to get her and be able to just smash through bases. It's not happening. She'll lose against like full vehicles. She'll lose against like Kami, Death Rider, Retrograder, some other things like this. So she loses to a lot of APCs, but she does her job really, really well, which is, as I've said about 1,000,000 times now, she beats Tech Priestess Wrath combinations more often than not. So in my opinion, that's something that's very, very valuable, because basically everybody and their brother and their sister and their mother all use Tech Priestess Wrath combos. So for me, it's very important to have somebody like Lust who's going to be able to protect you against that. However, if you're looking for a hero that's just going to take you over the top and carry you forever, Lust is not going to be that hero. So overall, it kind of depends on what you're looking for. And I know that's kind of a cheesy answer by saying it depends. But if you're looking for a carry, she's not your girl. She's kind of lower on that list, probably even in maybe a 2, honestly. maybe a 3 with Tech Priestess Lust Wrath, but again, you can pretty much plug anyone in there. However, if you're looking for a Tech Priestess counter, you want defense, you get kind of chewed up by those combos often, then Lust is going to be your girl, and I would say she's a 4. So overall, I'm going to say a 3, basically just mixing both of those answers. So there you go. She is a 3 out of 5, but in my opinion, a necessary hero to have on your base. So that's about it for the video, guys. I know it took a long time to come out with the Lust. I apologize, like I said in the beginning. Maybe I didn't say it in the beginning, but I had hired a bunch of editors to edit the Lust video that I had recorded many moons ago. However, the original recording I gave was pretty bad. Honestly, there was a huge echo. But also, the editors didn't really work out. They were using some things that I wasn't allowed to use, like some copyrighted images and things like this. So it was kind of a whole process. In any case, that brings me up to my last and final point, unrelated to the video. I am looking for an editor for my videos. It will be a paid position. I will pay you to edit my videos. Very, very simple. Most of my videos are one recording. So if you are an editor, you have experience in editing YouTube videos, you know what people like in videos, you can make thumbnails, you can edit videos, blah, 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 blah. Reach out to me. We'll see what we can do. I'm not guaranteeing you a position as an editor or whatever, but I figure I might as well reach out to the community because there's a lot of talented individuals like yourself. So if that interests you, message me on Discord. The Discord is always in the description. We can talk. All right, guys, that's about it. Hope you enjoyed. Eden season is coming up soon for most folks. It's Eden Expansion. It's a new version of Eden. I will be doing Eden Expansion kind of first look, how to play it. But Melush is another Last Shelter content creator. She has some good information on Eden Expansion as well. So in the interim, you can look on her channel. Again, just search Melush Last Shelter, Melouche, and she has good content. This is not like a weird sponsored shout out or anything, but I personally watch her content. So that's about it, guys. Okay, take care. Hope you enjoyed. Use Lust or don't. Anyway, I'll see you guys later. Peace.
Wake up, early mornings, late nights, hopping on a different flight. What's the meaning of life, ayy? Wake up, same-ish, different day. Make a wish, call it pray. Am I sick, am I okay, ayy? Stay up